Do a reading. Let's I missed the official spring equinox, but let's talk about it anyway, shall we? I think today's pretty close. The day after to, the day and night being of equal length. So we're going to pull on just sort of the energies around the spring equinox. We've been talking about spring a lot, in prior readings. And, I feel like it's a little bit more intentional this year. Like sometimes springs are really frenetic and very almost manic, very like the energy everything is just very ripe, Um, this year it's a little bit more mature. It's a little bit the vibe that I get has been like some things we're still going to have to drudge through. You're going to have your moments where you're going to go, is this spring? There are days where spring will not be in the air, is what I'm saying, in terms of how you feel about it. It's not the weather, but you know what I mean, in terms of how it feels. Like you might notice yourself sort of slipping into a little bit of a haze, into like a sort of a reflective sort of not sadness necessarily. You could, but like a wow, like a it's like what else is there to do? Not really like a boredom, but like a stuckness every once in a while. Don't worry, it'll end. All right, we're almost there. Okay, that flew way out. It was the Queen of Cups. See if we can shuffle. And she'll come back. Ooh, this is the strangest thing. This bottom card just vibrated. I know I'm not usually like that, but I swear to God. Okay, so Queen of Wands is on the bottom. I guess we're done. I feel like there's a depth to this card. I might use this whole deck to clarify, actually. We've got the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups. Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, a lot of cups. A lot of love stories here. A lot of love stories. Wow. It's a lot the same it's a lot the same. It's very similar to other readings that I did recently. And this theme comes back. This say yes to one and leave the other behind theme. This fraternity, like love, adoration, whether it's a calling, a life's purpose, volunteering, family, whatever this is that you find yourself really invested into and spending time with, will force you to make a choice and say no to something and walk away from that aspect of your past, your life, your experiences, your relationships. So what's this? What is that indeed? Let's put her up there. That was fueled by the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords. I really want to use this deck. Maybe I'll come back to it later and we'll pull 3 cards to kind of close it out. But I want to clarify with the Rider-Waite-Smith. 3 of Cups. It's almost like, because of the way that these cards read, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Because of the way the cards read, I almost think that you tear yourself up a little bit too much about the decision. I'm getting that vibe. I mean, it's okay. 5 of Wands isn't too much overthinking, but it's against your best interest. I think you know what your best interest is the whole time. It's just, it is hard to say yes to one thing and leave the other behind. It is. 3, sometimes, I mean, 3 Cups. Six of Swords. Knight of Swords. So much Emperor. So much action here. So much action. This is a very upright, very light scene Emperor. There's no sort of shadow. If there is shadow, it's very slight on the Emperor. And what I mean by that, if this is your first tarot reading, which I doubt, but if it is the Emperor in this case resonates with the image depiction and with the meaning of the Emperor and not the reverse meaning of the Emperor. Very strong, masculine energy that also has his shit together. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. We've got action. We've got a lot of action and a lot of manifestations. And I see this, like, whether it's a new person or whether it's a new job. I think for some of you, it will be a new person, or it's already been. Maybe you've met and this is sort of coming, as spring unfolds, you develop or deepen this relationship. But I think it kind of comes at you sideways a little bit. Like, maybe it's someone who you didn't expect. Maybe it comes a way that you didn't expect. Like maybe you have a temp at work and it's just a whatever, they're only going to be there for a few weeks, and all of a sudden, there's a connection, there's something. It could be also, about a job. Maybe you find out about a job through a very unlikely source. Like maybe your mailman tells you about a job at a bank or something. Like, it's going to come at you slowly and unexpectedly, and with an intention from the universe, like here's your gift. Here is your thing. Like, and I think almost you will go back in your mind after this happens, after you are in touch with this energy, whether it's passion, work, family, love, and things will come back to you like, wait a second, that's exactly what I asked for just a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And that's literally verbatim what I asked for. Yeah, it's very much this manifestation energy that you've been sort of edging towards, and the universe just sort of speeds things up in March and puts it right in front of you, right in front of you. But it's what you want. And whatever it is absolutely fearless and wants you too. Cool. So what's up with the 7 of Cups? If this is so amazing, if you've got this strong energy of protection and abundance and family and happiness, like familial, even if it's work, right? Like, what What is going on with the Six of Cups? Justice. King of Wands. Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the Page of Pentacles always shows up with the freaking Four of Cups for me. Or the Seven of Cups, sorry. Freudian slip. The Page of Pentacles always shows up with the Seven of Cups. So it's kind of like a redundancy, you know, it's that bright, shiny object. Which should I choose? Squirrel kind of energy, you know. But wands are like that too, because wands have this, part of the entrepreneurial spirit, the instinctual spirit, the movement through instinct emotions, and that is here, especially with the knight. But with the king as well, it's self-explanatory pretty much. You've got these situationships, jobs that you would have to cut loose if you took the big job, people that don't make sense anymore in a new lifestyle. And there's a little bit of an agonizing. I think part of that is because through the evaluation, through your thought process of, well, is this actually worth doing? Like, is it worth cutting off this one thing to let this other thing grow, this new wonderful thing that I have? Can I really leave the others behind? Through that analyzation, you're reminded of things, whether it's the way someone smells, the way you felt on a particular day at work, maybe the way that you were flattered, or the way that they gave you accolades at your job, or the particular smell of someone, or the particularities of how you felt doing something. And you're reminded of those specificities. But it's not the universe telling you to stay. That's part of the universe's way to let you let go. Because yes, you can hold on to those good memories. You should. You should build on those good memories, because that's what makes you you. If you are able to recognize the joy that something, someone, a group, that it brought to you, then you can be joyful in the future. If you start to realize more and more these things that bring you joy, you'll get closer to your truest, authentic self. And so it's a great thing to have these memories, these good memories of people, places, things, groups, experiences, even if there's an expiration date, right? Because everything has an expiration date eventually. So it's okay to hold on to those good things, and to remember how that person smelled, and to remember that it was amazing when it was amazing. You know, the alternative is that we could become embittered, and then we block the universe from giving us more of good things. So if you're reminded of some specific details, because things are going to get pretty detailed, you might remember dreams, you might remember the way that someone smiled, or what they looked like, or that one project that you did at work that made you feel so good when you got done with it. That's wonderful. That's your brain. That's a universe. That's your soul making a little bookmark. You know, it's still okay to walk away if it's not working out anymore. Or if you want to choose something better and go down a different road, it's okay. All right. Why is the Five of Wands here? Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But no, that's why I started this channel, is that it's, tarot is great, but what's really great is when you don't need tarot, to be honest, right? Is when you're confident and self-assured enough and knowing and expecting the right things from other people, places, and things, that you probably won't want to do tarot anymore. And that's okay. That's good. Unless you're doing it just for fun or to learn more about the cards so you can read them. Right? Anywho, okay. Seven of Swords finally shows itself, which I mistook it for over there. Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. 10 of Cups. Yeah. It's because at one time, something in the past, something you're holding on to now, that spring is pushing you to let go of. That thing you were really attached to, that thing you really thought was going to be your ultimate happiness, that thing gave you a fantasy of perfection. And I think maybe your idea of perfection has changed quite a bit since then. I do. I think it might have changed. If it hasn't, it hasn't. It's not your time yet. But I think if you contrast what you thought about this person, place, or thing and where you thought you'd be and what your vision board looked like versus what it might look like now, you've been through a lot. That's very easy to see. You've been through a lot. So you're a little in your head, but that's okay, because what you're going to realize is what you've already realized. You really have completely realized it. It's just a matter of accepting it and making that part of tying the bow, right? Is that it was a great experience, period. You were lucky to have had it, whatever it was. And you have permission to move forward and to do other things. You might even just be changing the relationship with this person, place, or thing. You might be changing it from full-time to part-time. You might be changing it from a romance to a friendship, from a friendship to a romance, from a close family relationship to maybe one with boundaries. That's all. All right. Four Swords. Four Swords. Why is it here? There is a potential. No, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. Never mind. Redacted, redacted, redacted. I'm not even going to put that out. Nope. Four Swords. Four Swords. You need to be your own best ally in this energy. You need to think what's best for you long term, period. And then really, really, if you're going to audit anything, if you're going to be in Five of Swords anything, think about the comfort level and the level of intimacy you feel with both situations. And by intimacy, it could be a person, but I also mean by intimacy, like a closeness to your soul. Which one do you feel a closeness to your soul? If you have to choose something. It's so funny that we're talking about making all these choices because that's all this is about. But I have yet to pull a two of anything. All right. We do have the Eight of Swords on the bottom for the Four of Swords. I mean, obviously, why wouldn't we? Yeah, but you are coming to the end of this feeling. You're coming to the end of this healing, rest, this isolation, this self hermitage, this growth, right? Healing is growth, period. So when we're healing physically or mentally, emotionally, when we're healing, we're building anew. Your body will mend itself in healing and build, growing either a scar or new bone or whatever it is that you're healing, right? Anytime we're healing, we are growing just by default. Okay. All right. So you've had this period of healing, of understanding, and now you're getting toward the end of it. You've gone through the worst of it. And we have the King of Cups and we have the Seven of Cups. So a little bit of energy back and forth, a little bit of, so how that reads to me is that when you get back into this contemplation, this analyzation of the opportunities and the choices you have in front of you, it might pull you a little bit back into the Four of Swords. And that's okay, but it's almost like, to use my metaphor of healing, it's almost like in the final stages, if you don't rip the Band-Aid off of a cut, right? You've got a cut on your finger and you put on whatever antibiotic or vitamin E or whatever you do. If you don't eventually take the Band-Aid off and really expose it to the rest of the world, it won't heal. It'll be too moist in there and it'll stay icky and gooey and gross, right? Okay, now I've used that metaphor absolutely to death, but gotta kind of expose it to the world. That's not a bad part of the metaphor. You got to kind of expose that to the world. I think there's been some healing that you have not spoken, right? And it's okay to speak it now. Spring is a great opportunity. It'll just open the door to more. It's like allowing yourself to speak about these things is like planting little seeds for the future. It's releasing little butterflies in the air, however you want to think about it. But I hope you get my drift. Okay, what's the Eight of Cups doing here? Our final card, our energy for the future. I swear if I get a Two of Swords, oh. That was way too quick, but okay. We have the Three of Wands. You're walking towards something better. You're leaving one thing, you're choosing one thing and leaving the other behind because you're walking towards something better, something good, something with commitment, something that is reciprocal. A lot of times in relationships, we get a little like programmed. If we are used to giving more than we get back, it's gets us in a real deep hole sometimes. So maybe somebody's coming into your life or has come into your life who gives just as much as you do. Now, that'll take some getting used to, but we'll do a follow-up. we'll do another reading about that soon. But in the meantime, you're walking towards something amazing. I mean, Four of Wands and the Sun. Oh, and the freaking Seven of Pentacles. It's the right time. It's right before you harvest this stuff. It's right before you harvest this stuff. It is growing. It is becoming, it is expanding. It is fruitful. This thing, I mean, how can it get better than that? Walking away from what no longer serves you into happiness, commitment, joy, joy, growth, opportunity, ripe things ready to just bear their fruit and manifest what you need. This is such a good reading. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, this is fantastic. Whoever this is for, hashtag blessed. For real though. For real. Oh my gosh. Okay. let's do 3 cards because I said I would from the Light Seers. We have a lot of cards on the table. A lot of cards on the table, but that never stopped me before. Let's just give us three cards for the future. 3 cards that maybe just predict a little bit about where this is going. Best case scenario. Let's just do best case scenario. I mean, you know me. I pull some whacked out readings. It's this is about as roses and rainbows and cotton candy and butterflies and everything as I could possibly get. I don't know what to tell you. It's spring. I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. Whoever this is feeling it. You guys. Love. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. So I like that energy so much. I have this, I have a special deck that I use. And every year I pick 4 cards from that deck that I want to represent my year. So I usually do it in January, and I'll pick 4 cards from this deck that represent the journey that I want to take that year. And I haven't done it yet. And I haven't done it yet because I did not know which cards I wanted to pull. But I think I know which cards I want to pull from that deck now. It's that good. It's really that good. I want that this year. Yes, please. Yes. This is It's good. It's good. It's real good. I mean, I'm happy just looking at it. Seriously. Like I'm smiling just looking at it. Okay. What do we have? We have the 6 of Pentacles. Absolutely fantastic. Reciprocation, y'all. 3 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Starting something new. That is the theme. That is the theme. Starting something new, building a community. Building a community and having the guts to do great things. I feel like this is greater than a person and greater than a job just by themselves. I think it's kind of like a whole vibe, and I am here for it. That is your reading, y'all. I love it so much. Remember that these readings do not come out of a vacuum. All readings everywhere, no matter what they tell you, are influenced by the reader as well as the time in which they're pulled. So take it with a grain of salt. If you were meant to find this reading, you're meant to find it. And gosh, I just wish you all the luck and light with this reading. It's amazing. Bye, y'all.